What's up, everybody? I'm trying something new here on my channel. You see the name of this segment here, FM Soapbox. And I'm going with the term soapbox just because I prefer this term over rant. I don't think everything that I will do in these videos will be a rant necessarily. And I do know that rant has a negative connotation to it. A lot of people look at that as somebody being angry about something, and that's not what this always will be about. I mean, it takes a lot to make me angry anyway, a whole lot to make me angry. So this is really more so about just things that are on my mind. And for people not familiar with the term soapbox, I will share exactly what that term means up here, or at least the origin of it for you all. So I think it's just a more fitting term, basically. And I'm not going to say that this will be necessarily a weekly segment. I'm already have my Funko News I do twice a week, and that's already a lot of work there. So I'll just kind of see how it goes with the soapbox videos. It'll just be something that I do here and there where I have the time for it, basically. So I do want to go ahead and get into the topics for this first particular video here, and it's going to be two topics. For one, making money on YouTube, which is something that's definitely on my mind because of recent events on my channel. And then also Funko channels and sponsorships is something else I want to address. And yes, these are two things that are related, and I will get into, you know, the relation there as I go along here. Now, I am going to go ahead and move right into the first topic because I don't want this to be a super long video. I mean, I definitely could, you know, go off a lot here, but I'm going to try to keep it not to be a super long video. So with the first topic, making money on YouTube, for one thing, this is not, to me, this is basically something that's not up for debate. When a person works hard at something, I don't think there's anything wrong with them expecting some sort of financial return out of that. And, you know, just to be clear with my Patreon, that's not even what the Patreon is really about. It's really more so about me not digging into my own pocket, you know, as much as I have been on my channel to do giveaways mainly. But then also I do want to improve the quality of my videos. My Patreon really is money. It's about that money going back into the channel. Whereas, you know, there's been a lot of times I said this in my Patreon video that, I haven't been able to enjoy this hobby as much as I would like to, Funko Pop collecting, because I put so much into my channel. So I would like to be able to get back to that. So having some support to help with the channel where I can keep the giveaways going and improve the videos, it really does mean a lot. But at the same time, though, I do look at it this way, that, you know, to get when somebody gets on YouTube, obviously they want to grow an audience. So anybody trying to criticize that, somebody growing an audience and making money, it makes no sense at all. And I know that some people are very loose with the term sellout. And because there are some people that I think don't really know what sellout means, I will throw the definition up on the screen here. And by the way, these videos, I'm only going to use visuals if they're absolutely necessary. Usually in my videos, I like to have a lot of visuals going on, but for this particular series, only if it's necessary. So like if I am focusing on a particular store and how I think they do with Funko Pops, then I'll probably have some footage mixed in there from when I've been to that store. That's something I've done in the past and I will continue to do, you know, with this particular series. And if I'm talking about certain pop figures, then I will have those visuals. But for the most part, this is almost going to be like a podcast. I'm only going to use visuals when it's really necessary. But as I was saying, I really think it's silly that some people will try to you know, criticize YouTubers for making money or doing things to try to get subscribers because, you know, like, for example, with giveaways, you know, some people will, I've been criticized before. I had somebody say that I was a sellout for doing a giveaway, which makes no sense. You're giving something away. And even if somebody is doing that just for subscribers, which is not the case with me, I like to do giveaways to give back to the community because the community has done a lot for me. You know, there are a lot of figures in my collection that have come from people that check out my videos. You know, so that's my way of giving back because I can't give to every single person that watches my videos. So that's why I like the giveaways. But even if somebody is doing that just for the subscribers, so what? I mean, that's what they're on YouTube to do, to grow an audience, you know, to connect with people. You know, criticizing a YouTuber for trying to grow their audience is like criticizing a quarterback for throwing the football. It makes no sense. That's what they're on the field to do. You know, they're there to play the game. They're there to build up that audience. You know, that's what a YouTuber is trying to do. So criticizing that, again, that makes no sense at all. And also, And speaking of professional athletes, because that's a good example, people don't really criticize professional athletes much for making money. That's okay. Actors making money, whether they're on television or, in TV shows or movies, that's okay. Pro wrestlers, that's okay. MMA fighters, that's okay. All these different things, it's okay that they're making money, but for some reason, YouTubers aren't supposed to make money for the hard work they put into it. No, that makes no sense at all. I know a lot of this comes from jealousy, because there are some people that may have tried YouTube or are trying YouTube and they just can't get it going, or they expect to be an overnight success and then it doesn't happen and they're upset. That's where a lot of that comes from. And then also, I guarantee most of the time when somebody feels that a YouTuber should not be making money, this is somebody that doesn't have all the financial responsibilities that a lot of adults have. And I'll just be blunt about it. If somebody's living at home with mommy and daddy, then why are you trying to tell other people how they should spend their money when you're not even taking care of all the bills? And that's not just kids. I'm talking about grown people too. If you're living with your parents still, you're getting that financial support in that way, then why in the world are you trying to tell somebody else how they should make money, what they should do with their money? That makes no sense at all to me. And honestly, even if that's not the case, if you are completely financially independent still, why are you so worried about other people, how they're making the money? It's not like they're breaking the law or something. It's ridiculous to me. So I think, because YouTubers do put a lot of work into this, then yes, absolutely, they should get something out of it. And right now, the way that YouTube really is a broken system right now. It almost seems like YouTube doesn't want YouTubers to make money, which is really crazy to me. And it's an issue with not just small channels, all size channels are having this issue with demonetization. So that's why you see some people, doing Patreon and doing GoFundMe and things like that. Well, I don't know so much about GoFundMe, what that's all about, how reputable that is, I guess I would say. But, people do other things like Kickstarter things and sponsorships as well. They reach out to companies and companies may reach out to them. All these different things, because YouTubers are trying to get something out of the hard work they put into it. So for people that are critical of YouTubers making money, I also look at it this way. For one thing, like I already said, you should be financially stable. If you're going to criticize, at least be financially stable on your own, not living with your parents and all that. But also, I really hope that if that's the way you feel that it should be, that people should work hard and not get any financial return out of it, then I really hope that you plan on working for the Peace Corps, or you plan on doing full-time charity work, something like that. Because if you're going to talk about it, be about it then. If you feel that's the way that it should be, let me say that again. If you feel that people should work hard and not focus on getting any financial return out of it, then you be about that yourself. Really be about that yourself if that's the way you're going to talk about it. Because, in my eyes, that makes no sense. Even people that work for nonprofit organizations get money out of it, because they got to live. So, and like I said again with my Patreon, it's for a good reason. It is to support my channel. It's not just money going right in my pocket. It does alleviate, though, me coming out of pocket as much as I have. And at this point, even though I've only been on YouTube, I would say it's just under 2 years. I know I've already put hundreds, possibly thousands into this to to the giveaways and everything, and also sometimes go on certain places just to get footage. It adds up. That's all there is to it. So again, like I said, if people aren't going to criticize actors, actresses, athletes, and all these different people, then why are you criticizing YouTubers when you get just as much entertainment out of them? Because I know there are a lot of people that, like me, I watch YouTube actually more than I watch television, more than I watch movies. There's a lot of entertainment there. And also, some people that will say that, YouTube, if they think YouTube is easy, for one thing, they would be doing it themselves, or at least being, successful with it themselves. But, it's not an easy thing to do. And I've seen so many YouTubers come and go. But then on top of that, if you're watching the videos, you're getting the entertainment or you're getting information, because I know I provide information on my channel. If you're getting that information and yet you're going to turn around and say that I don't deserve anything for the work that I put into it, you are absolutely being a hypocrite. And please unsubscribe and never watch another Funko News video. I'm being very blunt about it, and you all can see I'm going to be blunt in these soapbox videos, because this is my time to really get out all the things I want to say. And I like doing it this way. That way I don't want to end up hopping on a soapbox in the middle of a Funko News video like I've done sometimes before. You know, I really want to avoid that and give my Funko News videos a nicer flow. So that's why I think these videos will be helpful as well. But you know, and I may have said that already. I just wanted to stress that though. But yeah, I just feel like people are so silly when they put down YouTubers for making money, and yet it's okay with everybody else. And you have some people that love companies to death. And what I mean by that, you have people that will hop online and they will defend Sony, or they will defend Microsoft, or they may defend, you know, a certain gaming franchise. Like they may defend Call of Duty, or they may defend Battlefield, and they're out there rallying for these companies that don't even care about them, but then will put down YouTubers, people that actually, you know, are just genuine people doing what they do, and yet they have an issue with them, but they love these companies to death. That makes no sense to me at all. That's really drinking the Kool-Aid, playing the fool, in my opinion. You know, I think brand loyalty, that term really bugs me, because that's somebody that is really buying completely into marketing. It shouldn't be that way. I think people, individuals, are more important. You know, that's my opinion on that. But you know, like I said, and this is kind of me jumping into the next topic here. Definitely, I do feel that YouTubers, you know, shouldn't be criticized for making money, but there's a caveat to that as well. And I'm focusing specifically on Funko-related channels. I do feel like Funko-related channels, people, you need to realize, if you are one of those people that, you know, focuses on Funko within your channel, please realize your value. Don't let these companies fool you into believing that you need them. It's not that way. Because look at what these companies do anyway for Funko channels. They may give somebody some pop figures, maybe to review and keep, or maybe to do a giveaway with. You know, and what the company is really spending is probably less than $100. You know, all told, less than $100. So if they were to try to do a commercial, or, you know, even a magazine ad, whatever it may be, they're going to spend thousands. And I know some people will say, well, they're reaching a lot more people, but yeah, they're not hitting their target audience though. They may be reaching a lot more people, but they're reaching a lot of people that don't even care. So to go to a YouTuber, they're really hitting their target audience. They already know that these are people that are watching that spend money on Funko. So it's a big benefit to them, more so than it is for the YouTuber to deal with that company. That's why most of the time it's the companies coming to the YouTuber, not the other way around. So I want people to realize your value in that. And also, and I'm not saying don't deal with companies at all, but just really think about, is it worth it? Especially if a company comes to you and all they're offering is maybe a subscription box, like one box, or a couple of figures, you know, and then they're telling you how you should do your video. To me, that rubs me the wrong way, because I think a company should come to a YouTuber because they like your personality. They like the way that you present things. They shouldn't be coming to you trying to dictate exactly how you do the video. Well, make sure the video is this length. Make sure you show the figures in this certain way. You can't say this, you can't say that. Keep it as clean as possible. What they're basically doing is trying to get a commercial for their target audience dirt cheap. And a lot of companies are doing this. They're getting away with it. I can't completely criticize that, because they are companies. They do have to make money. They do have to save money. So I understand why they do what they do. But at the same time, like I said, I really want YouTubers to think about whether or not it's worth it, especially if they're telling you and they're dictating how you should do your video. In my opinion, not worth it unless they're going to do, unless they're talking about some real money and a real partnership, because I almost feel like it's being used to a certain extent. Even though you get a little something out of it, it's not nearly what that company could get out of it. Okay, and another good example of that is now I had a situation, I'm not going to call the company's name again. I've had one time where a company sent me something free. I reviewed it, and then I actually started up a subscription with that company, and then you know, and I'm pretty sure I sent customers their way. I know that they got a lot more out of sending me that box than I got out of that box. You know, I'm not a sucker. I'm not a fool. And, you know, for them to try to hold that over my head was ridiculous. But that shows how much some companies do not really appreciate YouTubers. They just want to use you to, you know, basically get more customers. And it's really working for a lot of companies. But, you know, even some YouTubers that may have millions of subscribers, let's say they do an unboxing video, doesn't mean that it's going to get millions of views. And then again, you might have some people that are watching just because they like that person, they like their personality. They may not care about what's, what are the items in that box or whatever it may be. And then those videos, this is something I notice as well, because I do follow some large YouTubers, and every once in a while I do see them do unboxings, and the views are not nearly their typical views. The views are kind of low. Whereas on the flip side, let's say that a subscription company sends a smaller YouTuber a new box, and let's say they're the first person to have it, or one of the first people to have it, the views that they get is probably going to be way beyond their subscriber count. So subscriber count doesn't always matter so much. I think it's view count that matters more. And think about it this way, a company that spends some money, if they're going to put money out there, let's say they go to a large YouTuber that has maybe 1 million subscribers, but then that video is only getting like, maybe 5,000, even if it's 10,000 views, it may not be as valuable as going to a small YouTuber that has your target audience, and then they get a video that may have, maybe it's upwards of 5,000 views, somewhere in that same range or so, but still, you're hitting your target audience. So I know that these companies are getting more out of it than YouTubers are. And like I said, for me personally, it's just not worth it. I've had my one bad experience with companies. I'm not saying all companies are bad, because I've seen some companies do some amazing things for YouTubers. There are companies that will actually fly people out to places and let them do, get early footage of games and things like that, and go to movie premieres and stuff like that. And they really get experiences out of it, even if it's not money directly. They're getting something really, a great experience out of it, some great memories, and then they have things to share with their subscribers as well. That's amazing. So there are some companies that do right by YouTubers, but then you have a lot that really are taking advantage. And like I said, for me, it's not worth it. If this video turns companies away, I really don't care, because I like the idea of Patreon more. At least I know that's people that believe in me and they appreciate what I do, and they are trying to help out the community, because that's what my channel is a lot about, and there are definitely some people that are not about community, especially these people that watch my videos and yet they claim I shouldn't have a Patreon. That's very hypocritical. And this point moving forward, even though I'm glad I hit 8,000 subscribers, and thank you all so much for that, my true supporters, really want to thank you all so much for helping me to reach that milestone. But if I lose some subscribers, I'm okay with that. If it's people that feel like I don't deserve to have some financial help with this channel, because that's really what it's for. If they believe that, there's no value in what I do, then they just need to move on. But I'll say this, I want everybody to keep this in mind moving forward. Anybody listening to this, for one thing, if you're hearing my voice right now and you're a hater, I already beat you. That's all there is to it. Because you might claim there's no value in what I do, but if you're listening right now, that means I already won. That's all there is to that. And this point moving forward, if you don't like my Funko news, if you think there's no value in it, don't watch anymore. Because even if you come to make a dirty comment, which of course I will block that, because especially now that I have patrons, I'm not going to have their money going towards giveaways for people that aren't even about community, people that are just greedy and selfish. No, their money is not going to go towards that. But yeah, if anybody comes back, even just a thumbs down a video, again, I've won, because for one thing, you gave my video some activity, which helps its visibility, so that's all good. But then also, you might claim that what I'm doing doesn't matter and you don't care and you don't even like Funko, but every time you come back, you're coming back for a reason. You're showing that there is some value in what I'm doing. So if you want to be a hypocrite, that's all good. But I know I have plenty of loyal supporters that understand where I'm coming from. You get the things that I'm saying, and you are the ones that I truly appreciate. I can't say that enough. I know I had to drop some negativity in this video, but trust me, people, I really do appreciate all that, the support that I've been given. And with my Patreon video, it was overwhelmingly positive. There was some negative. I did have to block some people, but overwhelmingly it was very positive feedback, and I appreciate that so much. And even just the kind words, it's not just about people that became patrons, because I know there are some people that watch that cannot become patrons, especially younger viewers. I understand that you can't do that. I completely understand that. And I know there are some people, even some adults that may not be financially stable to where you can contribute to something like that. I completely understand. But just those kind words really boosted my motivation so much. And I just can't say enough about it. Thank you so much for that. But I don't want anybody worrying about it if you know, if our channel, because this really is our channel, if we lose some subscribers, it's for the better, because we need to get rid of some negativity anyway, so we can keep things positive here. But that's enough of me rambling. I definitely want to hear your feedback about these topics that I shared here and what you think about the soapbox overall, this segment. And like I said, I don't know how often this will be, but something else I want you to do in addition to giving me your own feedback. And by the way, it's okay if you disagree with some of the things I said. Just please express yourself in a mature way. Help me understand your viewpoint, you know, the same way that I'm doing. You know, just make sure it's very clear why you feel the way that you do. And it's okay if we disagree, you know, but that's all good. But also, if you have any topic ideas for that, you know, things that you would like me to cover on this soapbox segment, please let me know, and I will take those into consideration. More than likely, you know, we're gonna have some things that kind of match up, but I'm really open to listening to some ideas. And you know, I'm not gonna forget that, you know, I just reached this milestone as well. So I mean, that's something that I will keep in mind, because it does matter to me, and I definitely do appreciate it, and I definitely look forward to your feedback. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up, because I definitely think this is longer than I intended it to be. But yeah, thank you all for listening, especially if you check this out all the way through, and I will talk to you all again real soon.